Hello, and I play a lot of Hearthstone, and I want to start rating Hearthstone cards, but I feel like a simple rating of 1 to 5 is just too oversimplified. So I set up this frankly overly complicated system. This was inspired by the Penniless Player who I used to watch and has stopped uploading since like 2019, so I'm continuing his legacy of overly complicated rating systems. I will be rating all cards from this point and compiling all in this spreadsheet that you're seeing on screen right now, which will also be linked in the description, so if you really want to see my opinion on every card, check it out. I don't think I'll cover every single card. This video will also be mostly unedited, frankly, because I've been procrastinating this for a really long time. Anyway, let's get on with the ratings. First off, there are 17 tiers as you can see here, right? But under these 17 tiers, there's 17 ratings, but each with 3 categories with 5 ratings per category, plus one more and one plus 2 more, one at the top and one at the bottom. So let's start with the bottom. This Y tier is for the absolutely most unplayable cards. Like, you have no reason to run this over any other card. Wait, hold on, you can see my cursor. As I was saying, you have no reason to run this over any other card. You run anything else and it would be better. Like, it just pollutes the generation pool. Usually they become memes. They're not even good in like funny decks or like off meta. Things like Dr. Broom's Scheme and Silverback Patriarch are here. So next we have the top, the Y tier. This is the exact opposite of the Y tier. By the way, I didn't even say the name. It's the Y tier and the Y tier. This is the exact opposite. These cards are really broken. When they're released, they immediately bend the entire meta to their will. Things like Mindrender Elusia, at least from what I've heard, I didn't play back then, and Lab Constructor. They immediately get nerfed, they bend the meta to their will, and frankly, I hope I don't have to put any cards in these 2 ratings. I hope, so far I don't think I have, and frankly I hope I don't have to, because, I want every card to be at least viable in some way. So yeah, that's the top and the bottom. So now, we have the 3 tiers with 5 ratings. Basically, these 5 tiers, right? It's basically, if you were to ask me in a vacuum, would I rate this from 1 to 5? So we have, basically, let's just start with the simple one. So the first tier in the simple category is too simple, too weak. It's exactly what it says. So what I mean by like the 1 to 5 thing is that basically, if you ask me how I would rate a simple card from 1 to 5 and it's too simple, too weak, I would basically say 1. Like, it's a 1 out of 5 stars. Then tier, basically too simple, too weak in particular is just really, it's just not good enough to be played. It's just vanilla stat and minions with very, very minor bonus effects. Things like Snake Oil Seller and Wind Up Musician. Wind Up Musician's actually here. Wind Up Musician, I believe I did rate it as too simple, too weak. Let me find it. Wind Up Musician. Yeah, here. I rated this as too simple, too weak. You can see all these details. I detail everything. I still haven't gone, as of recording this, the latest reveals were the channel ones, but I haven't updated that yet. As I was saying, too simple, too weak is just not strong enough. So the second tier is just pretty weak. It's also exactly what it says. It might see playing Reno decks. Especially Reno Thal decks where you don't have options. Renathal is rotating, so just Reno in this case. Yeah. So next will be fair enough, but not good enough. Because the thing is, in 2024 standard Hearthstone, you really need synergy. You cannot just rely on being a good enough, like a fair card to see play. So yeah, they don't usually see that much play. Let me go look for, let's see, Lab Patron, sure. I rate the Lab Patron as fair enough but not good enough, since, you know, it's just not that good. It can work in theory. It probably will still see play in Reno decks, but it's not that strong. Now the fourth tier is pretty good. It's exactly what it says. It's pretty good. It sees play. I mean, it's not like an absolutely defining part of the deck, but it is definitely a good part of it. That's all there is to it. I mean, it's the pretty good cards. Pretty good. Yes, let's just say the Headless Horseman. You probably run this in every Rainbow Death Knight, right? It's just pretty good. So yeah, the last for the simple category is the simple but strong. It's once again exactly what it says. Like the simple tiering list is just really the name really just says it all. So I think since there are no cards I've rated here, yeah, I think I'll put like Astalor after the nerfs. Yeah, Astalor after the nerfs would be under simple but strong. So yeah, that's for the simple tiers. They usually don't have much synergy, and they're just simple. They don't have much effects. Mostly common and rare cards, but you know, sometimes epics and legendaries still end up here. So next, on to complex cards. Complex cards require much more synergy than the simple cards, and well, they really require it. Like, if we look at, like, say, Sith, right? For instance, if you turn to, like, just Sith in a vacuum, it's a 6-mana 4/6 without any synergy. But with the synergy, it creates it defines a deck or creates it. So it's like 4 or 5 here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So the first one is a cool design, bro. Which is usually they have a cool design, you know. It's either the synergy is just not there or the payoff is just too weak. These cards usually get buffed to be high, to go on to become higher tiers. And on that note, I should also say that these tiers are variable. I am allowed to change my opinion. And yeah, as I was saying, these cards usually get buffed because they're complex and therefore have cooler designs. And so the Blizzard team wants them to see play. So if they don't, they get buffed. So like, cards that I would put under cool design, bro, would be the pre-nerf Rifts, the pre-buff Rifts, and Elise Batland Savior. It's just not good. Actually, maybe Elise might be in the simple tier, they're just not strong enough. But either way, it's just not that good. So next, the second one is the Wear Synergy tier. The synergy for the card just doesn't exist. That or it's just not good enough. The payoff isn't good enough. Things like Obsidian Revenant and Injured Hauler. The synergy for the card that it's required to function does not exist. And so it doesn't see play. When the synergy is printed later on in standard, or if in wild, it might see significant play. Like, say, Tome Tampering, right? It sees like little to absolutely no play in standard. But in wild, it got banned. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it just needs the synergy, but it's not there. So yeah, the middle of the complex category is the niche tier. Or rating. I'll use rating and tier interchangeably. for the niche rating, it's like, you just... It might see some fringe play. It's like, it may not be competitive enough. It may not be consistent enough. But the synergies are there. They are good enough. It just may not be consistent enough, or just slightly underpowered. You know, it might see play in like off-meta decks. So hold on, let me find some niche cards. Come on, let me talk about pretty basic ones. Yeah, let's say recommend Deckham. This is a niche card in my eyes. Like, it just 5 damage is just a lot. So yeah. So next, on to the next tier. Deck defining. It defines the deck. It's a good part of it, but not like the absolute best part of the deck. Like, I think Sif will go under the next tier, but you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Deck defining is, hold on. Basically, it's definitely a good part of the deck. But if the deck dies, it dies alongside the deck, you know? It's also not like good enough to create the deck without enough on its own. Like say, go with search. Like say, a lot of the spell damage cards from Druid, I put in a deck definer. Because these cards are like, if they're good together, if the deck does stand, they will be very good cards in the deck, but it's not like absolutely insanely strong. You know, like they will die alongside the spell damage Druid if the spell damage Druid dies. So yeah. Now lastly, for this tier that I've been mentioning a lot, deck creating. They basically create the entire deck's viability on their own. Hold on, let me see. I put 1 card in it, and it's the new Ziliax, because based on just sheer versatility. Yeah, these cards, not broken, by the way. The tier 5, they are very strong, but not broken. Broken cards go to Y. Go to Y tier, which is basically 6 out of 5 stars. And also the Y tier is 0 out of 5 stars. You know, it'll matter for these calculations here, which I have them dynamically update, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Deck creating. These are just really, really good cards. Like, things like Highlander Renos, like all of them throughout Hearthstone's history have been really, really good. Like, most of them were worth creating Highlander just for them. Like, I mean, Ranta, when original Reno came back in Year of the Hydra core set, it didn't really see that much play, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, these are just really, really good cards. Now on to the funny tier. The funny tier are like, clearly they are not made to be competitive. They are clearly memes. And so, you know, naturally they'll probably be concentrated near the lower tiers. Like, also, I will be putting tech cards here because frankly I have nowhere else to put them. So, because complex isn't really that suitable. So yeah, let's look at the funny tier, or category or something, whatever. So we have the MarkMcKz tier to begin with. Yeah, these are like the cards that only MarkMcKz would dare to try. Like, no one who wants to win would try this. Also, if you don't know MarkMcKz, he actually did the Warrior reveals, or at least part of it, like I believe he did the mech package for Warriors. And yeah, he just does silly, goofy combo shenanigans. His channel will naturally be linked in the description. Yeah, you should definitely check him out if you're into some shenanigans. I certainly do like them, because I want to try them, but I'm too poor to do it myself, so... Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, MarkMcKz. So things like Desert Obelisk, one of the cards of all time. Things like Rattlesnake. Yeah, no one who wants to win would try these. So next, funny. They're funny. This is the... Maybe I should consider renaming this. But yeah, the funny tier is like, you know, there are most tech cards without tradable that are here, like the Acidic Swarm Brews and Bad Luck Albatross. Yeah, I do consider Bad Luck Albatross a tech card because it techs against Highlander. Other cards include like Pre-Buff Scourge Tamer and Rhythm Dancer Risa. Maybe that might be lower or higher, I don't know. With a rating system as complex as this, frankly, a lot of cards can be rated differently. It's up to you. So next, 3, good meme. They're funny for sure. Like they're a lot of fun, and they see play in like off-meta decks. Things like the Chaotic Tendrils from Titan's miniset and the newest legendary Califero. So you know they're good. They might see off-meta play, and they have funny, flashy effects most of the time. So yeah, next, surprisingly competitive. These are just, you know, they're similar to the previous one, but they're stronger. Like, strong enough to see, like, competitive play. Like, personally, actually, no, Califero belongs in the surprisingly competitive. Wait, what did I place Califero on this sheet? I put that under good meme. Now I'm promoting him to surprisingly competitive. Because, you know, I kind of actually only just started trying this big druid deck I found on HearthstoneDecks.net. And then, yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think I'm putting Hearthstone Brew in good meme instead of Califero. But yeah, either way, Califero is a good example of this. It's just, it sees meta play somehow, despite it clearly not being made for meta play. Like, clearly, Califero was made for the funny. You know, it was not made to be really, really good. Also, right, the Whizbang. Whizbangs can be either surprisingly competitive or good meme, depending on what the exact deck lists are. So yeah, surprisingly competitive is really, it's just surprisingly competitive, you know? It's about what it says. Like, Prison of Yogg-Saron also goes here, I think. So finally, the final tier, funny but somehow powerful. These they're well funny, but then they're still very, very strong, and possibly very swingy. Like, we have, basically the epitome of this tier are the Yoggs, like all 3 of them. Wait, 3, right? Yeah, 3. The Titan, the Original, and the Dark Moon Fair. All 3 have crazy funny effects, you know, pure RNG, everyone loves that. But like, they somehow became competitive. Like, Yogg, the original Yogg was used in tournaments before they nerfed it. Titan Yogg got changed completely. Like, it was originally made to be like a funny kind of card. Granted, Titan Yogg was made more competitively, so it could be complex. You could argue complex, but either way, it was nerfed, and yeah. So yeah, these cards, like, generally they might get nerfed, but you know, they're still not really that broken. Actually, you know, post-nerf Titan Yogg, I think, goes into this tier, or maybe surprisingly competitive. I don't really know. This tiering system is frankly way too complex for my own good. But yeah, that's my rating system. It was really unnecessarily complicated. Well, I will be using this going forward, naturally. Now, feel free to come back to refresh your memory of this frankly complicated rating system. Feel free to use it for yourself, but if you want to use it in like a video or something, do credit me. If you have any suggestions, as usual, leave them in the comments. This entire sheet will also be in the description. Honestly, I mean, there's also, like, I will update this whenever cards are revealed. I have these, like, because this is Excel, and I really like using Excel. Yeah, I know most of these functions, and I can, you know, use it to, like, automate. Basically, how these things work, right? This is, like, the average rating for, like, with, like, with cool design, bro. Too Simple, Too Weak, and MarkMcKz being 1, and then there's Where Synergy, Pretty Weak, Funny being 2, and so on and so forth, right? With Y being at 6, and Y being at 0. So, basically, yeah, it just takes the average rating for each class, and I formatted it like this. It's all very systematic. Yeah, all the neutrals are here. All the currently reviewed cards are here, and except for as of recording this, the Shaman cards that just got revealed about 2.5 hours ago as of recording this. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to adding them in because it was in Korean, so yeah. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked as usual. But yeah, for classes that aren't fully revealed yet, wait, hold on, I think something screwed up. Whatever, I'll change it later. For classes that aren't fully revealed yet, they'll be extremely deflated. Like, don't take these as their current one. It's like, because of how Excel functions are being really weird. And frankly, this is the easiest solution I can think of. So yeah, for now, just take the... Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'm almost certain they're screwed over somehow. Yeah. So currently, the fully revealed cards as of recording this are Warrior, Neutral, Druid, and Paladin. So, you know, the rest of them, don't take them for what their ratings here, because their stuff is, Excel is really goofy sometimes. But yeah, it'll also fully update once it's done. Also, the number of cards revealed over here will also dynamically update as I fill them in. But yeah, we're getting really off topic. Yeah, I'll also be updating, like, whenever, like, mini sets or future expansions come out, I'll also update them here. You can see down here, you can switch. I also intend to do the Year of the Pegasus core set review, like the core set details. I haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but I will. I imagine I will sometime, because I really like doing this, even though it can be a nightmare. But yeah, I'm getting really off topic. Yeah, either way, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. I guess I'll just see you in the reviews.